laddered our way up with job offers and finally automatic promotion into the Premier League with one snake at Ipswich, but it was only a little snake. Only went down one row. So yep, here we are. We're at the end of season 4, so this is episode 9, I believe. And here's the thing, there'll be no football matches played in this episode. So if you like watching the games, and I do create the chapters for people who just want to watch the games, this episode's not for you, but believe me, there are 7 episodes before this with 46 matches, if you like watching them, of a promotion season. So if you want to skip this one and go back to those ones or wait for the next episode, that's just a warning that this is going to be totally transfer market. If you like watching the transfer market, this is the episode. This is the closed season transfer market where we try and change our aging championship team who just got over the line into a Premier League squad. Then yeah, this is the episode. I think we'll just take it to the point the next season starts, not right up to the first game, because that belongs in season 5. Right, enough of that chat. On with the show, and straight to the transfer market. Really, what do we need? What are we looking for? We need to get rid of that keeper. That's the first thing. Now, the contracts, if I remember rightly, no one's contract is up for the next 2 years. So, although that's good that everyone's signed, although they may not, they may have contract release clauses. Yeah, that also means you've got a lot of players who are not playing, like Paul Hall, for example. Still 2 years before we can get rid of him. Although we could release him, pay a chunk of money out. We've just got our prize money from winning the league, and it's probably a good idea if no one's interested, but let's just wait until the shortlisting and everything's done in case someone wants to take him off our hands. Same with the keeper. I mean, you'd think someone would want him with them great stats, but not with a big red WP over his name. That just limits his capabilities. So yeah, what do we need? Well, is Kerslake good enough? He's only 21, so for a 21-year-old, these stats are always hard to read for a goalkeeper. If you're in a really good side, you're going to get 5s and 6s when you don't have anything to do. If you're in a bad side, you get 9s and 10s when you've saved about 5 shots out of 10 and lost 5-0. So these are always misleading stats, but you know, so you have to. They're not. You have to give them less weighting in your analysis. But this guy's 850k, he's 21. He's done well, but is he going to survive in the Premier League? Probably need to get a goalkeeper in and have Gilbert's third keeper, as he's never actually played a game. So we're probably going to need a goalkeeper, although not the highest priority, but yeah, I think if we can, we will. So in defence, we had a good defence. We've got these young players coming through, Blamey and Ryan. Ryan's an England under-21 international, but they could do with an experienced centre-back, I think. Make up a quartet with another youngster, Coughlin. Goodall was central. He moved out to the left. So he's done okay there, but again, that's not really Premier League standard. And I think it's a case of getting rid of the ones who are not going to be up to standard, and the ones who've done well in the Championship will either get their chance in the Premier League or they'll be vying for a spot with someone we can buy. So Thompson, for example, has done it. It's a solid job for the Championship, but he's not going to survive, so we'll transfer list him. Rioch is only 19, so he's got some development to go. Might loan him out, actually. So I think I think we're going to need quite a few players here. We're going to need a right back when we get to him. So these guys are all young players coming through. Simpson did a great job in central midfield, but Kiryakov, he's taken up a non-EU spot, and he hasn't really done. He's got to go. He's got to go. Let's get to wage bill. We need to buy some good foreigners if we can. Some sort of cheap Eastern European ones who are going to make an impact. Might not be Eastern European, might be. but then we're not going to be paying the big dollars. So the transfer list again, harsh but fair. So Monaco did well. McDonald has got some improvement there. He's only 22 and he's in the Scotland squad. So Nielsen is wanted. So at least we maybe ought to get some money for. Well, it's not the money, but get him off the wage bill. Quinn will probably go out on loan because he's never actually played a game. Middlemiss, now this is a tricky one. I mean, he's 22. He should really be getting bigger, more than that. I don't know. I think we'll list him at a later date if need be. You know, Di Canio's 32 now, but we're going to need his experience in the Premier League. Rooney will probably go out on loan again. Real Fox, for 44 games into the season, and he was going nowhere, and then suddenly 5 goals to seal his promotion. Maybe there's a bit of life left in there for one season in the Premier League. Hall, we've got to think about. You know, if no one comes in, we're going to have to think about releasing him because it's just a drain on the wage bill. Porcel will get his chance. He's 31. Channing did okay for his first season. Go out on loan if we manage to get 4 other strikers. Now George Weir's the thing. Now he's 34. Every stat is still above 10. He got a decent amount of goals and assists. A decent average rating in the Championship. Do we need his experience maybe in the Premier League, or is he taking up again a non-EU spot? Well, we know he's taking up a non-EU spot. So I think he'll be going. I'm below the transfer list him yet. We'll see what happens first. Aloisi certainly be staying. He's only 25, and Todd might get loaned out again. So plenty of places up for grabs. We're going to need goalkeeper, right back, left back, centre back, another central midfielder, possibly left and right midfield, and a striker. We're going to need 7 or 8 players, I'd have thought, in an ideal world. So let's have a look. First we take it off there. First thing to work out is how much of this prize money can we spend. 6 million at the moment. Do we want to blow it all straight away? So we'll limit ourselves to the 5 million guys, and then we'll sort by average rating. So if we got any Premier League players just coming out of contract maybe, or some bargains from the Championship. A lot of centre backs can get high ratings where they're just run of the mill. I mean, this guy is pretty good but we've got that sort of profile of defender already. We'd be looking for an experienced guy at centre back. Esteban Valencia. Southampton now, of course, Division 1, that's going to change to Premier League at some point, so we've just got to be careful. At the moment, Southampton are Division 1. If we nicked their player, that would be that'd rub salt into the wounds, wouldn't it? He's clearly talented, 29, but 3.4 million is quite a big chunk. Let's add him to the list, and before we go any further, let's just clear all the dross that we put on there before. He's alright, isn't he? But I think we'll be looking for a different profile of player. And then we're going up. I don't know if you can do these as a bulk delete, but we might leave Petit on there. Yeah, we won't leave Danny Mills on there though. Don't even remember why he's on there, this guy. So Andreas Moller, 1.2 million. I don't think these sort of players are going to come. He's I mean, he'd do a good job for us, but we've got a profile of older players up front already. I don't think he'll be going anywhere. It looks like Newcastle are struggling to re-sign their players. I mean, 10 grand, we could probably afford that. Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? He's the sort of player we're after. At 1.1 million, that would be a signing, so why not go straight in with that one? And then when we get down to the 7, 10, 7, you're looking really for just Premier League players, and not much on offer really. Newcastle again. He's alright, but that's only day one in the transfer market. I'll just check if any of these guys are 21, 18, look at that, 18 and 745 already. Colwyn Bay, again. Nice little striker here at Swansea they've got. But again, not really ones you want on day one of the transfer market. I was just having a quick look. Anything the scouts in particular? 14 pages worth. Yeah. They think Andrew Smoller's a good player. I can't blame him. Brian Laudrup in Scotland, 32 though. He's out for 3 months, so yeah, I don't think we're going to compete with those sites. Yeah, the scout doesn't give you any visibility on whether these players would come or not. It's only the interested free foreign-based ones, but they're difficult to sort because you sort them on rating. You just get all these 8s and 9s from all these farmers leagues or whatever you'd call them, and that's a modern term, isn't it? Yugoslavians. So if you sort by caps, you kind of get players who would get a work permit, even though we know that they don't necessarily have to in the shape of our winger. So we got Leonardson's just been given a free from Bolton. Often the lower league club will get him, but have to release him on a clause. Did well at Liverpool for 3 seasons. Not necessarily the man I'd want at the moment. Lakatouche is 37 now. 35. That's why they're top of the caps table. Well, this guy's got some stats, hasn't he? Anderlecht, in the Belgian league, but how long's he out for? A couple of months. Stick him on the list. I think we can buy a couple of non-EU players to go with Aloisi because we're getting rid of Kyriakov. And then we've got Porcel as well, though, haven't we? We'll certainly buy one. How old's Lucas Radaby? 32. Yeah, 583 in his last 6 games there. 32. Poyet. For Blackpool was his last move. Probably not for us then. Well, note the year though. He hasn't been playing for 2 years for some reason. Oh, let's back out of this after. And that's where we were. So sometimes it's on value. I mean, this guy, look at him. He hasn't got any caps, but 925 in his local league and worth. I'm sure that makes him worth 2 million, but I bet he'd play well. Worth just adding him to the shortlist, just because he is the most valuable player who would be willing to transfer across. Oops, wrong one. Go for Sosa. Oh yeah, he's 35, wasn't he? So when you see like a top European league appear here, they're the sort of players you want. This guy from Milan, but he's done badly in the last season. So we purchased Monaco, I think. Sometimes you can pluck him out of League 2. It's quite a wide range of players here, really, isn't there? I think he's got an England cap. He's done well when he's been given a chance. 1.7 million, that's a bit of a match, but Liverpool won him as well. So have we got any on free transfer who are, not because we ain't got any money, but just the contract will be expiring soon, so it might be a pay to just let the season finish first. Anyway, they're delighted, I'm delighted, we're all delighted. So just go for Alan Stubbs for now. Be interesting to see if we get a job offer in the Premier League. I don't think we'd take one anywhere else unless someone like Liverpool. Stubbs didn't want to come. Don't think a big club's been relegated yet, or a big enough club for me to not want to manage in the Premier League. And a debut for James McDonald. Struggled a bit against France, as you might imagine. Right, another thing is that I've read somewhere, or I saw it on another channel, don't think it was a comment on my channel, that you can get some of these fees up by, if there's more than one club, by just refusing a parallel offer. So it's 250, sorry, so we consider a 230. Oh, there was only one offer so far. Alan Curtis and Leonardson. So if that's the same, then just refuse it, and then yeah, look, it pops up to 275. We'll consider that. Thinks we've lost out on Leonardson here because there's 5 bids go in, and then that's it. You get that. So a bit slow off the mark on that one. I think Manuel Petit though. You need a left-sided player. Don't think he'd come, but it's worth going for some of these guys. We've got Selemesh as well, if we don't get him. And who was the other guy? It was Curtis, was it, or Stubbs? Stubbs, wasn't it? No. Curtis. Liverpool winning for him. I don't think we're going to compete with him, but there's no penalty if you do. Oh, he rejected anyway. Leonardson's gone to Barry. Yeah, so I guess we ought to get a bit more active now. I mean, I'm waiting for the season to finish and go into the closed season period, and the contracts will have expired, and then you'll see the free transfers come up. Don't necessarily have to be by a scout, are they? Yeah, so they're starting to appear now, but that's 7:33. I mean, that's 9 games at Sheffield Wednesday. Chester, I mean, some of these will get a bit better. .852. Now that's a goalkeeper. Oh, some of them were at Hospitalet. Got carried away with that one. Stubbs, we already went for, didn't we? I don't think these Newcastle guys are coming. I don't think Moller's coming. We may be picking the best of the Championship players. There aren't too many of those. Charlton Johansson. I thought he was a striker. Not with that goal ratio. Transfer listed by request. Unless he comes up in the Euro Scout. It's hard to translate across, isn't it? Because half these players are never going to come. So, can we see the likes of Winkler, Zorc, Mols and Wagner? No, don't see them. So you're playing potluck with the guys who are left. Sure, he's worth 3 million, is he? Don't think this guy would get a work permit, but you never know. I think he'd be a good purchase. Yugoslavia, remember that? So have we got Yugoslavia and Croatia? I think I saw Croatia before. I'm sorry I did, but we haven't got Serbia, so that's when this game was made, right in the middle of the Balkan Wars. Alan Nielsen's left. Petit rejects. We might have to set our sights a little lower then. Maybe when we're actually a Premier League club, that might change the view of these players. Someone's become unavailable. Valencia, obviously have offered him a new contract. So maybe we should go for Selemesh, but he's 31, but he's got some great stats. He's out for 6 weeks, so he'll be back for the start of the new season. So I think that's worth a free transfer. We'll take one of our Euro spots up. But he looks a lot better player than the guy we got at right back. I can't remember his name at the moment. Kiriakov or something. James McDonald gets another cap and scores his first goal. Kiriakov, that's it. Got an 8 against San Marino. Vinnie Jones at Wimbledon. A Bulgarian goalkeeper, maybe. Can't go too many of these foreign players. I'll try and find someone from the EU like this guy here, Sousa. He don't look that great, does he? You're probably thinking, what do you mean he doesn't look great? What are you basing that on? But just get a feel for some of the players, you know. It's worked so far, but so a few more players become available here. Or no, I've just changed the sort order and done it by value. I don't want to blow 4 million on one player, but he looks pretty good. But I don't think he'd come anyway, would he? I think we're going to be looking for these players who are not regulars, but have proven themselves previously. Gillespie not falling in that category because he's proved himself to be not that great previously. Sometimes the computer just leaves them out and they're left to rot. Jody Morris might be a decent sign. He doesn't really get in the Chelsea team that often. The stats are a bit average, aren't they? But 1.4 million. There's no one really going for him at the moment. So Craig Burley, 51 caps. Chris Armstrong. I'm just reading names out now, aren't I? Alan Stubbs. And Elka, 22, listed for loan. Did well at Port Vale. And Elka was playing for Port Vale. I didn't even notice him. They were in our league. They got relegated. Maybe he'd gone back by the time we played him. Well, I think we can see if we can get him to play for us. No unreal news come up, so let's continue. Yeah, this is the point where it's going to update some stats. Oh, Selmesh is 30 grand a week. He's going to blow our budget. We are in the Premier League though. Do we offer that? I'm not going to offer him that. There's plenty of time. There's no one else after him. I'll offer him 20 grand. If we lose out, that's my fault, but a bit long as well for a 31-year-old. He might never want to talk to us again after that, but that's a lot. There we go. Lars Ricken. Solskjaer twice for Chelsea. Man United must be regretting selling him in this particular game. I don't think I've ever won a Fair Play award, that's just it. Right, we'll pause the video, back in a second. Well, we're back. Graham Taylor and Graham Turner, both retiring. So this is the start of the end of season break, where there's no World Cup or Euros, and then it'll finally update again when it starts a new season. So on we march. Yeah, I thought we might. Pesky, lots of Romanians floating about ready to be snapped up on free transfers. Right, all the players are still available. It made a lot of difference, really, has it? How do they get to 25 and not play a game? I don't know. Maybe they're playing in a lower league or something. God, he looks good, doesn't he? 20. You never get a work permit for him. Look at that. So I'm not going to do another poor sell, I don't think, so, but worth a try. Don't usually take that much notice of stats, but when they're all 20s, it's something that's worth a go, isn't it? So they recommend him play. These scouts recommending everyone. Gower, Morris, Curtis, Chris Woodcock again. Did he ever get his loan? Yeah, it's a bit possibility. I'm not seeing much more than what we've already scouted. There are some players transfer listed as Anelka, Savo Milosevic. So you know, Ipswich are now Premier League, and any Portsmouth player will be Premier League, so you've got to be careful what we're looking at here. Well, he's still alright, isn't he? Not great, but he's only a right back. Just hasn't played many games, 2 in 2 years. It's a bit too risky, I think. It'll take him a while to get back to anything like what we'd need. So room for those strikers. We'll try Petit again. And we need some midfielders, so Can't do much worse than Jody Morris. Can't do much better, sorry, than Jody Morris at the moment. What happened to this guy? I thought we had a bid in for him. What do we do now? There you go, 5 bids. Oh, an Alca's 5 grand, that's not too bad. Hang on, he's out of contract. Oh, but the Bosman doesn't apply if he's 22, we still have to pay a fee, and with other teams after him, I don't think we want to go back on this deal at this point. So we'll just see if we can get him. Here's an Elka. I don't know if he'd hit top from 97, 98, whether he was a star player at that point. Maybe he was just an Arsenal reserve at the time. Yeah, but he don't really want to come, does he? So we'll see if this guy, don't want to wait and attract other clubs. We'll see if we can get him on a slightly lower fee, maybe. Well, we've snapped up an Elka. Club record, oh dear. This guy I don't think is going to get a work permit. Oh, we're going to struggle to buy any Premier League players, apart from an Elka though. Yeah. How about this guy? We're going to get the same issue, I think. That's gone up, hasn't it? Alright, let's see if he'll take 30 then. I mean, we're in the big league now. We're going to have to... He wants some more years as well. How long is he out for? It was 6 weeks, wasn't it? A few weeks now. That's alright. Right, we've blown our wage bill. You're going to have everyone now. Oh, the Department of Employment have decided this guy's fine to come in. So that's our 3 foreigners done. So that means we need to get, we've got 6 now, haven't we? We've got a goalkeeper, Kiriakov, Aloisi, we already had 5, so we've got 7. So George Weir will now be transfer listed. So we'll rid ourselves of Weir. Paul Hall, no one seems to want him. I think we'll, how much is it going to cost to... I know he's not one of the foreign players, but pre-transfer 55k, worth every penny. Okay, so Kiriakov's listed, Weir is going, Zalak's going, and we're keeping Aloisi, we're keeping Salamesh, 575. So these are going to be first team. Aloisi is going to be first team, probably with Porcel sharing the load, and the 4th foreigner is who did I just bought? Where has he gone? Right midfielder, wasn't he? Oh, maybe he hasn't signed yet. Yeah, don't think he's signed yet. Yeah, remember this guy, Troy Bennett? Nearly went down with Charlton. He funded most of our team, that 1.1 million. I thought it was a risk when we sold him. We spent the money on Blamey, McDonald, Monaco, and the centre midfield was sorted. Here he is, Milosevic. There he is. He's next. He's over there. I thought he'd be on the right hand side. So he's worth what we paid for him, 2.1. So that's right midfield sorted. We need a right back, that's for certain. So yeah, we've got left. We've got the right and left now balanced where we don't need. We're not going to be attacking much in the Premier League. Let's face it. So we're going to need more defensive players. So these two offer a better balance on the left and right. Still have Di Canio. We've now got enough strikers, that's for certain. We've got Anelka, Porcel can play, might be playing on the left in a 4-5-1 as well. He might be the fourth foreigner. Todd will probably go out on loan. He wants him by the lower division clubs. Weir's going, so that leaves 1, 2, 3. We still have 4 strikers, 5 Fox as well. So I think we're okay with strikers now. We've got Anelka. Midfield, and we've got Rooney will be going out on loan again. Might as well do that now while we're here. Todd's going out on loan. Quinn is no state to play in the Premier League, is he? So the numbers are not so great now. So centre midfield, we need another player. Right back, left back, and centre back, and goalie. Well, only Stubbs and that guy who we can't get anyway are there now. So Petit signed a new contract with Arsenal. He's still worth 85k. But we can't buy him, it's a bit weird. Who else was it? Just Stubbs left. Well, we might as well go for him again then. Where's our money gone? Oh yeah, we spent a lot of it, didn't we, on those players? So Bernard Lambourd has turned up, but what money did we have left? Was it 1 million? Oh no, nearly 3 million. But yeah, that's a shame. It might have been a good signing. It would have been a good signing, look at that. But we don't have this money now. Oops. Andy Marshall, I can't buy Andy Marshall. Anyone who supports it will know I can't buy Andy Marshall. Look at those stats. I'm going to buy Andy Marshall. I'm buying Andy Marshall. I'm not sure, hang on. Is that just because Norwich? Look at that. 41 Man of the Match awards in 3 seasons. Is that because Norwich were bad, or less than 1 million? I think it's a good deal. And Norwich have been relegated to Division 2 by the looks of it. Is that right? No, they were already in Division 2. We didn't, with a successful side last season, the last 2 seasons. He's got good stats, but he's in Division 2 now. But he was in Division 1. I still think that's fine. He's one of the best players. I think we need a bit. I don't want to buy a young goalkeeper. We've already got a young goalkeeper, and you're not going to be getting Premier League players at that. So I've bought a left midfielder. Centre midfield might be a good spot. How about Gianni of Bolton? So he did well in those 10 games, didn't he? Quite a young player. I'll consider him. But I can't keep buying 800k players because we'll be out of money within 2 players. So we're really looking for lower than that if possible. May have to go for another 23-year-old. Yeah. Priority was a right back, really, isn't it? Might have to get a young up-and-coming player from the lower divisions. Right back's not the most important position in those days, like it would be now. It's Gary Charles again, popping up. Steve Watson. Yeah, I think he'd do a good job, and he's quite versatile as well. Let's just hope we don't run out of money. We might buy some free transfers with the rest of the money. Right, so yeah, we're putting in what? That's spending all our money on those 3 players. The rest will have to be frees, but that'll be some good players. And we've got Porcel's work permit renewed. We managed to juggle our 4 of the 5 players last season. We're not getting Stubbs, are we? And we're not getting Watson. I don't think anyone wants to leave Newcastle. We might go for Gary Charles then. It's a free option. England international. Bit of a risk, but it's less of a risk when it's a right back, I feel. Juventus Scott. Never played. So they gave him 15k to do nothing. Risk, but worked with Monaco when we bought him. So we'll consider that because we already know he's interested. That's the advantage. Scottish players want to come. I don't know why. Perhaps because McDonald got in the Scotland squad. So yeah, look, we've got Croatia and Yugoslavia. They coexisted. Oh, I'm not going to sign Andy Marshall, am I? I'll go in with a level head. We've got Andy Marshall. Gary Charles. Anyone who will want him will go there. Oh, he's rejected. He's playing silly games with us. So, first bidders for one of our players. That's another thing. I really should get rid of the big club release clauses. Or try and get rid of them on some of them. So that's a definite no. And they're not big enough club. But yeah, I just want to check some of our players, whether they've got big club release clauses and we can get rid of them. Or you try and get them to sign a new contract. Rioch hasn't got one. Right, Goodall has one, doesn't he? 1,100. So he'll now want £2,000 to get rid of the clause. I don't think anyone big is going to come in for him. They're not big clubs in comparison, comparatively big clubs. So we'll leave him for now. He might come to regret that. I certainly want to try and get him on a new. He's on 900, so he's going to want 2 or 3 grand now. Yeah. But he doesn't want his clause. That's definitely worth it, I think. Get him on a longer deal, 5-year deal. Blamey's got one as well. He was already on 2,200. Oh, he wants a wage cut with no clause, so we'd definitely try that. Not always. So we've only just signed those guys. McDonald's got one on 1,200. He wants a big rise, doesn't he? We may revisit that one if I remember. Don't want to pay him that much yet because he hasn't proven himself really. Monaco's not worried. These guys are too old to care about. Channing, was he that good? Yeah, it's too big a right. Oh, he still wants a clause, so that's no good. Not many of them did though, did they? Melker Rangers signed. Yeah, so where were we? We just signed Andy Marshall. Do we just get rid of this guy? So 4,600 for another 3 years. Let's just drop this asking price to 5k. 1k. See if that attracts anybody. That's right. I was trying to think what we were. I had something in my head saying we needed to do something, and it was make another approach for Gary Charles, wasn't it? These Newcastle guys are going to sign a contract at some point, but try as we might, we've not been able to attract them here. Philippe Albert there, look. It's a bit old. Iffy gun keeps coming up a lot. Too big a risk for him to make that jump. Let's go back on that one. There's a couple of Liverpool players available here. Rob Jones. Look at that, perfect. If he'll come though, he's on 13 grand there. We'll just hold back on Gary Charles because that will go through quicker, and we don't want both of them. And Neil Ruddock, 33. Championship clubs after him. No. United side Michael Owen. That would never happen, would it? Oh, he's had his work permit renewed, so we can use him for the next year if we want. We can have him as backup, can't we? Ryan's rejected. Don't know how much we offered him now. Probably not much more than what he wanted. Let's make sure he hasn't sneaked a clause in there while we weren't looking. Oh, we didn't get Rob Jones. Not really a surprise. We'll try and get Gary Charles then. Right, if we can't find anyone better, which I don't think we will, then I think this guy from Italy might fit the bill. Got decent stats. And for a central midfielder, I mean, we're now not running out of options, but considering they paid £1.5 million, I think he'd be a good young player. Add to the squad in the middle. We've got 3 million now. Those three at the top just not wanting to budge from their clubs. And we'll cut the video again. See you in a bit. See, I just realised not only have I signed Andy Marshall, it's 2001 too as well. Most of you won't understand that, but check the history books for Ipswich Town. Ryan doesn't want to sign, so we're technically into the next season. So we'll just... Have the fixtures been done? Yeah, Chelsea and Arsenal, that's a good start. So we'll just see if we can roll on a few of these signings. And 7 foreign players. What are we thinking? It's worse than last season. They're still available, those guys. Just keep plugging away. Yeah, we'll just resolve these few transfers and then we'll hand over to season 5. Oh, that was a contract, wasn't it? Blamey signed. Was it Ryan who hadn't signed again? Or had we offered him something again? Can't remember. It doesn't say whether you've done it or not, does it? Got to be careful here because we won't be able to sign our other players. Yeah, I think we did, didn't we? Because we said, I hope we can snuck another clause in. If not, well, don't think he's going to go yet. Got time to sort it out. Alright. So, we'll offer him a bit more than we did last time. Louis Fontana wants 10k, we're down to 3k. That's a shame. Yeah, we have spent a lot of our budget, so he's not going to be coming. But this guy might. And he won't. So we've got a right back now anyway. At least it doesn't say former England international. Oh, Gianni rejected. So we're just going to try and finish finalising the squad before we finish the video. The money's going up if we can spend, and the money's going down on the wages we can afford. Maybe we're going to have another go for Rob Jones, aren't we? Even though we've got Gary Charles now, haven't we? And we've got Kiriakov, so let's just knock that one on the head. See if there's anyone else turned up. Same players again, isn't it? Is there anyone we can make an outrageous bid for? Who's on a free transfer? Look at those. Oh my goodness. Not going to get any of those, would we? These French internationals there. Well, let's just fill up our sign-ins with players we're never going to get, shall we? If any of those are in the interested foreign base and we've missed them because they're free, I doubt it. The goalies we might have been interested in, Belgian goalies with 10 caps, Austrian. We've got our goalie already there, haven't we? We did buy a goalie, didn't we? That's right, Andy Marshall, of course that's worth 1.3. Yeah, we're goalied out. They really offer a lot of goalkeepers want to come. German goalkeeper. Any decent EU players? We've got Bobby Petter's come back again. Icelandic with 15 caps. Goalkeepers. No, not really. They're not going to come, are they? I think Rob Jones is a good player. I think we could accommodate him, even though we've got the players. I don't think they're going to come because of their wages. That's the trouble. Couldn't even get that player who'd never played a game in Italy. Breeze. Right, oh, we've gone up to 5k now with our wages, so we've signed Terry Janney from the midfield from Bolton. So that match is being played already. That's Champions League, isn't it? Pre-qualifiers. Torquay want John Todd. So I was see which division they're in before I give these players away. Division 2, that's alright. Just going to go for this Italian guy. Ah, I've removed him from the shortlist. Where was he? He was, there he is. Oh, he's been joined by an Italian. So we could really do with this guy. Got the money, and I think he's come up before, isn't he? I think we want defenders. We're going to be using a lot of them in this league. Steve Howe, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. He's got no clause. I think he's going to be a good player for the future. So they haven't offered the money we wanted. Let these guys go. Getting into August now. Yeah, he's only a third choice goalie. Rooney's going to Gillingham on loan. I think no one's coming in for Calac. This is going to make my eyes water, but oh, that's not too bad. Just fed up looking at him in the squad. Don't like fed up looking at his face. Right, nearly there. We'll see how we get on with these. We need another centre back. I'm getting a decent sized squad now. Got enough midfielders now. I want to get this guy off the books. On 40k, that's a bargain. Anything else we need to sort out here? We're offering 10. Suddenly we're offering 50k. We were on 5k last time. Let's try and make sure we get him. 12.5. That's generous, isn't it? If Steve Harry knows we're offering 50k, he might give us a different answer. Right, we're into season 5 now, so this is the end of season 4. We've done the transfers, we've built the squad. We'll keep looking in the next episode. Yeah, end of season 4, successful promotion season. Thanks for watching.